Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Welcome back here to Yamba Bowling Club. We're through to the knockout stages here at the BCiB Grade 1 Open Pennant State Finals. And the players are shaking hands as the trial ends conclude. And we're going to see, well, some familiar faces in, or some familiar colours at the very least, in Campbelltown. And that is a familiar face rolling up on rink number 9. We're not doing that game though, Joe. We're doing rink 8. So it's going to be, for Campbelltown, Adam Johnson, Peter Walsh, Ricky McConnell and Luke Grainger. Up against for Maitland City, Nathan Allen, Dennis Roff, Corey Parker and Brody Pitham. Brody has told me that he's sick of being the last one off, but he's been the last one off every single round. He was out there till nearly 6 o'clock last night in that drawn game against Maryland's, and he was out there until, well, it was about 20 past 1 in the end in that last game against Cabramatta. Cabramatta required a 7 to force themselves through to the this afternoon's knockout play, and they killed 5 ends consecutively before they succumbed to Brody, Pitham and the Maitland City side. So your match this afternoon, it is going to be Campbelltown up against Maitland City. In the other sections, well, it was excitement galore as I hinted at in the last stream. So I'll go through that all with you again very, very shortly. But Nick Hind is my name. It's fantastic to have your company wherever you're watching around Australia or around the world. We're here at Yamba Bowling Club and we're down to 2 greens full of action with Campbelltown and Maitland City, our 2 finals competitors. And, well, what a day it's been. So Batto Bay, they did sneak through. Craig Donaldson wasn't actually aware that Tarrant Point were in any danger, but they have been eliminated. So Batto Bay have actually held on to win section number 1. Marimbula have run second, and Tarrant Point on the same number of points but a inferior margin are going to be playing golf this afternoon. So underway here, and that was Adam Johnson with orange SRs. This is Nathan Allen with orange Premiers, so we'll have to be on our toes. It is a lighter orange for Campbelltown and the deeper orange colour for Nathan Allen for Maitland City. In section number 2, would you believe Lennox Head, who we saw yesterday morning, were not successful against Inverell, but they have come back to knock off Nelson Bay. So Lennox Head and Inverell are your finalists there, both on 19 points. Nelson Bay finished up on 18 with still the best margin. So Nelson Bay and North Haven eliminated in section number 2. In section 3, Campbelltown did succeed, and they're succeeding at the moment, although Maitland City have knocked themselves up, but no change. This is Peter Walsh. So yes, Campbelltown 3 wins from 3 matches in section number 3. Corrimal, last year's champions, have managed to sneak through. They knocked off Harbord this morning and are going to feature this afternoon. And they're taking on Maryland's, who may well be looking over their shoulder as last year's champions get through. So Maryland's topping section number 4. Maitland City running second, and Cabramatta and Dapto Citizens eliminated. So those are your finalists. And it's going to be Peter Walsh looking to dial back that weight, potentially Campbelltown holding 2 already. On the other rinks, the skips are Braden Soul, so they're next door on rink number 9, and on rink 10, he's playing against Simon Mitchell, and then on rink number 10, Dylan Skinner up against Michael Cronin for Maitland City. So a couple of famous football players' names in these this Maitland City team. It is not that Michael Cronin, and nor is it that Corey Parker, who is playing third on this rink. Ricky McConnell now for the first time. This is a pretty aggressive track. Those yellow bowls, they've got a little green around the edges, the splice. And this is Corey Parker. Brody's just called him to go and get another one close. Dennis Roff currently holding shot for Maitland City. Now 2 for Maitland City with that. And Ricky McConnell. He's got this one away in a fair area. I'm okay with that sort of speed. Jack movement to the back of the rink. Those 2 purple bowls back there do belong to Peter Walsh for Campbelltown. And now Corey. Well, he can add on. Slipping around the back is going to be excellent too. Brody Pitham, he's going to be okay with that. A little bit of cover. So, lots to play for here. We are down, as I say, to the quarterfinal stage. Tomorrow morning, we'll be getting underway, hopefully once again before 9 o'clock. It is a 9 o'clock scheduled start, but we're conscious that as the importance of these games increases, that the time of game also goes up. Not quite going to get down in time here. Grainger. Now Brody has to be a little bit cautious here. Doesn't want to get any real jack movement. It is the lighter orange bowls of Campbelltown, potentially in weight there. And that's where we're seeing some positivity here. It's a great shot. Gets the jack moving. Probably makes 2. Does Luke Grainger. That looked likely. Now Brody Pitham, the very easy action. Got that one just a little bit too big, and it's going to be 2 shots, I feel. Yep, 2 shots to Campbelltown. So Luke Grainger first on the board here. Braden Soul has picked up a 3 on the neighbouring rink, and it is 1 shot as well to Dylan Skinner. I've spotted. So a perfect start for Campbelltown. 6-0 after 3 ends. Everybody on the board for the Campbelltown Ghosts. Do drop us a comment. Let us know who you're cheering for. Some of the, well, I think Jason Pinnock said there was 8 or 9 sides that he liked. One of those was definitely Cabramatta. They're gone. Another one was Nelson Bay. And they're no longer in this competition, so we're down to 8. Lennox Head had a magnificent fight back to come back after the what would have been a majorly disheartening loss yesterday morning in our first round of the competition. Inverell stormed home to beat them, but they're still in the competition. So 8 regions still being represented here at Yamba, including the locals, the Northern Rivers. So let us know who you're tipping. We've got one straight in there tipping Campbelltown. Kevin Hunt's watching from Camden RSL. They're not in Grade 1 this year, Camden RSL, but fabulous little one green club in southwestern Sydney. Now let's see how good this is finishing. You can see all the work that Graham and Nathan and Peter Ardell and the team have put into these greens. And that green colour that we saw quite vivid on the first day has now, with the rolling, become much more pale and straw-like, and the pace certainly started to increase. We did have a little shower this morning, but the sun's back out for us now. 21 degrees, some high cloud, some very light winds. What wind there is pushing from the right of your picture. And we thank all the volunteers, the staff, the team here at the club for looking after us as beautifully as they always do. We had a fabulous luncheon once again. Some nice ham and chicken and salad and a few chippies. And for lunch dessert, I had a packet of biscuits that we had stolen at morning tea time, so that was very good. Now Campbelltown, this is interesting. I think Grainger's interested. Gets up and over and through Adam Johnson. That's probably good enough for shot for Campbelltown currently. Now Brody Pitham saying you can draw around that bowl, and Corey Parker, it's going to be plan A. He can get a result through the orange bowl up and over the jack. The two darker orange bowls are catching for Maitland City. Well, he's got the edge of it and flopped in for shot. That's well played, Corey, and it's, well, he was shot for a moment. And the light orange bowl fell back. Kevin Hunt telling us he's on the Campbelltown boys. Plenty of buddies there. Well, it's a club that's making a lot of friends at the moment. They were a very good thing yesterday against the defending champions Corrimal, as that last bowl going hides perfectly behind the number 8. Couldn't have played that any better. There is, viewers, a yellow bowl of Ricky McConnell hiding behind that number 8. Corey Parker, he's in a very good area here. Can turn his bowl up and over, not quite. 3 of the first 4 here it is to Maitland City, but number 1 belongs to Campbelltown. We see the deep purple and yellow of the Campbelltown Ghosts uniform, the black and grey there of Club Maitland City. DJ Dilworth did threaten that he'd come and join us at some point in this broadcast. Jason Pinnock has taken the afternoon off, as he's well deserved. And just not quite there from skip Luke Grainger. Does provide some protection, and I can't see a way that Brody Pitham can get the light orange bowl out of the head. So draw will be plan A. And using these wider Taylor GTRs, he'll get back pretty well. He gets a very kind edge there and flops back. That's going to be close. I think Grainger's going to go and have a little wander around. I think the call is that he might try to play on the backhand here. So long as he's cautious with it. Can't go too far wrong, but he does need to be cautious. Jack down the line of foot is bad news. Now that's a very cautious take. But I certainly understand why. He does want, he is pulling up short, to be in that area where he can provide some nuisance, some protection. Brody Pitham, he'll be just confidently up to this. This is on a slightly tighter line. If he can get down, he can rock off that bowl of Corey Parker. Will it fall in? It will not. And one shot claimed by Campbelltown and Luke Grainger. So 3-0 after 2 ends. Braden Sol up 4-0 after 2 ends. Dylan Skinner's scoreboard will update as soon as there's any more there. So some fabulous action all around New South Wales here. We've got this club, of course, hosting Grade 1. All the action at Grade 6 has moved to Ballina. We'll move there from tomorrow. Ballina and Lennox Head, our hosts up this way. Grades Grade 2 being played in Sydney. Got lots of action going on. Nowra, Bomaderry as hosts. Dundas, Northmead. Lovely start here from Nathan Allen. Gets right onto the front of the jack. Bit of banter in the chat already. So make sure you keep it fairly clean. Kerry Farrell, of course, Keep It Going, Maryland's Magic, and Habib P1B9E. I think that must be the mother's maiden name. He's saying he hopes the Magic gets smashed. Well, they've had some real success in recent years. And as recently as only a few weeks ago, the champions in Women's Division 1 Pennant were the Maryland's Magic. They didn't claim the Platinum Pennant title though, that went to Warilla. But there's 8 sides still in contention here, and all 8 will have aspirations of taking the number 1 pennant flag. Well, a little pop there has got the jack out in the open once again, so Maitland City have got some more opportunity here. So not quite there that time was Dennis Roff. Now, Ricky close there, not quite. Shot still to Maitland City, probably two. Jack out in the open does give opportunity for Campbelltown to jump on it. Corey Parker wants to get there first. Clear run past the yellow would have been ideal, not quite. Still two shots to Maitland City. Well, a little scrub, a little straightener there, and Ricky McConnell has made that much tidier. Corey Parker here, some discussion about how to get to this. So forehand is the elected option. So a similar sort of bowl. He's going to look to get through that gate between the white bowl and the pack. If he does that, he's going to be in a pretty reasonable sort of an area. Tricky. It's hard to get the perfect speed for that. And now with the jack at the back of the rink there and the little yellow bowl right next to it, there is some confidence here for Campbelltown that they might be able to hang on to this end and continue their bright start. So it's the backhand for Luke Grainger. Just needs to get past the orange to count. Hasn't quite got there. Now Brody is the sort of shot that you back him. He's got two cracks at. He's going to get one fairly close. Well, that one is fairly close. It's not going to be quite good enough, but doesn't have to adjust too much to improve on that. Make shot. So it's going to be another chance here to get down. Yes. Super Bowl from Luke Grainger. Has made two and has just applied a little bit of pressure there. Brody Pitham. He's not going to have to do too much different. You see on the replay, picked the line up really well from his first. Added on that requisite metre or so. And found the nice seat. Brody Pitham. Well, take your medicine and draw this, mate. You can probably just applaud. This looks to be perhaps a fraction tighter than his last. That's what he needed to be. Brody Pitham, he's going to trail this back to his own. Well done, mate. What a shot. Brody. And the only thing I missed there was whether it was 1 or 2. But we'll see that in a moment. 7 shots to Braden Soul on the next rink. Watch that on replay. I did say Brody, I'd back him to get one close. Well, he did that with the first, and it gave him the opportunity to know what that fine, subtle refinement required. And it looks to have been 2 shots. Now that I watch that on the replay, so I'll update that board in a moment. Braden Soul is doing well. It was 2 shots to Brody. And then there is a pack of players in front of Dylan Skinner and Michael Cronin's scoreboard. It's 3-all after 3 ends there, I've just seen. So Campbelltown starting brightly and led by Braden Soul, who was massively impressive yesterday afternoon on the stream. And, well, somebody who I think just you can probably keep your eye on, viewers. I'm sure there'll be plenty who know and play against him in the Nepean Highlands region and in tournaments across Sydney, southwestern Sydney. But he did look very good yesterday, and he made a good player like John Green have to play some big shots. Keir O'Shea's got some fun graphics for me. So we'll get that plugged in for you. So I'll show you what's happening across all the grades. Jay's going to drag those into the quarterfinals graphics onto our hard drive and then put them onto our streaming software. Currently, this Orange Bowl battle at the front, honours split evenly between Adam Johnson and Nathan Allen. So you can see the boys pointing to Peter Walsh, saying, "More grass, please." So we'll bring up some of these graphics when the players are changing over. As we see a super shot there from Dennis Roff. Good correction on his first. Peter Walsh will need to do the same thing. Once again being told, take more grass, please. Well, he might get away with that if he got a good punch through the light orange at the front. That was almost going to be an opportunity to get away with it. So hit the graphic screen. So this is what's happening in grade number 1. So we see Baddo Bay, Inverell, RSM taking on one another. Campbelltown, this match against Maitland City. Lennox Head up against Merimbula, and Marylands versus Corrimal. So that's what's happening in grade 1. Back live now. And it's Corey Parker going to swing down. And we'll run through a couple more of those at the conclusion of the end. I'm seeing scoreboards flipped over next door, and it may be Maitland City have grabbed a shot. This is going to be a good shot here from Campbelltown. Gets it back, yeah. One down the signal from Brody. And Corey Parker going to reassess as Campbelltown keep finding ways to get involved in this. Our man Dougie watching from Bulgaria. That's a fine effort from Corey Parker there. He's gone close to doing enough. 7-2 next door. So Simon Mitchell has picked up a couple of shots. Well, it's a fine effort there. Probably didn't want that little touch. So we're going to have a look at grade 2 now. And so in grade 2, Narrandera will be taking on Waverley in this afternoon's quarterfinals. Scone up against Charlestown, Northmead and Penrith. And Kempsey Macleay RSL will be taking on Cabramatta. So a lot to play for there. Brody Pitham. Now, going to be asked to draw one. Once again, he's been placed under some pressure here as skip. And it's no knock on what Corey Parker's done. It's a good back-end work of Ricky McConnell and Luke Grainger. Adam Johnson, yeah. Kevin Hunter's noticed it is Adam controlling the head lead. But perhaps they feel as though that's a more confident calling relationship. And it's a team game. They're all going to be working together. Brody, better line, didn't have the speed. Now, I think Grainger looking to add. Wants to get a turn through one of these yellow bowls. Probably miss the orange now. He's going to get down and just draw it himself. How about that? What a shot. How many does that make? 2. So a super bowl there from Luke Grainger. And he leads 5 shots to 2 through 4 ends. Have a look at grade 3 now. It's going to be Bega. I did call it. Bega looked to be a very good side. They are taking on the Sylvania Schooners, Dean Hodges Club. He'll be watching on from Ballina and be very pleased. Charlestown up against Baddo Bay, Lightning Ridge and Harbord, St John's Park and Nambucca Heads, your finalists. We'll do grade 4 immediately. And in grade 4, oh, it's good, my mates from Tumut, the Cramptons and a few others from there. They're taking on Old Bar Hillsdale. Kira's pumping her fist, are taking on Glenbrook. Gunnedah, not surprising, with Jacob Martin and some others that we're familiar with, are taking on Willoughby Park, and Comboyne up against Maruya in grade 4. So we'll go back live now. And you can see there the first bowl from Adam Johnson has skipped past. It's fantastic to have these graphics brought to you by Kira O'Shea. She's worked very hard today. She went up to Ballina, Went and had a cup of tea with your man Duncan Elphick, did you? Amongst the others, and caught up with the rest of the Bowls New South Wales team up there. Dean Hodges, Dillis Kindley sides. Did you catch up with the president? No, not to be. Well, Samantha Curtis was summoned to catch up with Dillis in Ballina this afternoon. She came down and spent some time with us. Of course, our club support manager, and great to have her company, her insight. As we watched a fascinating contest this morning, and what that has seen is a couple of teams probably feeling, well, unjustly or unluckily, as though they are out of this competition now. I think Tarrant Point particularly would feel, well, not hard done by. They knew what they needed to do, but to miss out so narrowly. Nelson Bay probably the same. Those two clubs were looking in control after the first day, but it's never over in this competition. Campbelltown have picked up another 2, Dylan Skinner. So early lead here for the Campbelltown Ghosts. Fine shot there. Dennis Roff, he's been good early. Peter Walsh, he's, well, he's missing his grass line on the narrow side. He does have a tight set of bowls, but you can see a couple of times his skip has been explicit, saying, I need you to take a higher line. This is pretty good from Dennis once again. All down to the speed. Well, that's going to be a favour 4 shots currently to Maitland City. It's a nice landing zone though. Those 2 white bowls as indicated by Luke Grainger. Well, he's being explicit here. More grass required. He's got more interested though. Maybe not so much more grass required. Maybe just draw it, mate. What do you know, Luke Grainger? That's a fabulous shot. Ricky McConnell. I wonder if the breeze is maybe just swung around a little bit and has changed things up. Corey Parker. I'm going to get down and get some of these shots back here. Didn't quite get it in the right spot. Still, once again, it's probably the next 4 to Maitland City, but difficulty here for Maitland City to get access to the shot bowl. Ricky McConnell, he got some credits in the bank with that first one. You can see the indication there from Brody, pretty quick. Corey Parker's a very experienced campaigner. He said, wait to the tee, miss on the tight side. Give yourself a chance to get down and get through that yellow shot bowl, and it was lovely weight from Corey Parker. Just it's not quite there as the players change over. We'll let you know what's happening in grade number 5. So Miller Park, the little club that's come back from almost the dead in the Hunter Valley. They're up against North Ryde RSL. Bondi up against Penrith. Marimbula, who are featuring here as well, they're up against Newport Beach. Battle of the Beaches there, and Hat Head and Evans Head. Well, a big battle of the beaches in grade number 5. Back live now, and it's going to be Luke Grainger seeking to that on there. We'll have a look at grade number 6 now. And Kempsey Heights through to a quarter-final up against Birrong from Sydney. Seaforth will be taking on Penrith. Eden, congratulations to Eden. I've got a few mates down that way, are taking on Ballina. So the two extremes of the coast will be meeting one another. And South Tamworth are taking on Foster. We might as well do grade 7 while we're here. Brody Pitham still looking at the options. St John's Park are taking on Southwest. Kingscliff taking on Warilla. Binaway up against Rosehill, and South Tamworth up against Caringbah. There might have been a little spelling mistake there from Kia O'Shea, so we'll confirm that grade 7. Grade 7, Kira. Who's in grade 7? Brody Pitham now to... what a shot, Brody. Well, he's pinched it back. It's St John's Park against Southwest Rocks. And the team was listed as Southwest in the title. That's okay. Kira's been doing a mighty amount of work for us. We've seen a mighty bowl there from Brody. He's had to pull some out of the bag. Well, often already. We'll have a look at that in just a moment. We'll see what Luke Grainger can do here. Well, we can get an edge off this yellow bowl back onto the jack. Not quite. Confirms second and third, and for Brody Pitham, well, let's have a look at that replay. Jayla, have a look at that last bowl of Brody. You can see here, it's a pretty tight line, but he's done it absolutely millimetre perfect to get down, get the edge of the yellow, and stick around for shot. That's really well played. Now Brody, can he repeat? I think, given he played it so well, we'll continue on this backhand side. Once again, if he misses high or misses short, I don't blame him. There's not a lot of ways that the jack can move, and it's favourable. So he has missed on the high side, and it will be one shot to Maitland City, one shot to Brody Pitham. And he's done all the scoring so far. Brody, he's been responsible for every shot that Maitland City have recorded. So, on this ring at least, he's find it hard to do the work for Simon Mitchell and Michael Cronin on the neighbouring rinks. But he's that sort of player, Brody. He can lift a whole team with his just incredible ability to play those just delicate weighted shots, get the right result. I saw a little bit yesterday afternoon. As I say, they were out there until nearly 6 p.m, which is a very likely finishing time for us at the earliest today. Brody was the last one out against Tony Wood for Marylands, and found that he couldn't quite come up with the perfect bowl, but it had to be perfect for Maitland City to get the victory. It ended up being a draw. Maitland City and Marylands yesterday afternoon. Good start there from Campbelltown's Adam Johnson. Watching Nathan Allen. He's got this one on a good track. I think Brody's appreciative. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. good again here. Can get right down to the other orange. Well, it's okay. He's got down to the back of the rink. Adam Johnson. A fine effort here. They're all pretty good. Dennis Roff. I feel it's still 1 to Adam at the front here. This is the man who I'm calling on to lift a little bit. Peter Walsh has taken a better track here. Has been tight consistently. That's a much better line and gave himself a chance. Dennis Roff, that very compact little delivery. And it's a lovely piece of weight. Grainger, he's found his magnet by the looks of things. He's asking Peter Walsh to have an attempt on the other hand. There's a couple of nice little seats there for him. And the opportunity to beat the white bowl or turn in off the orange. Just didn't quite get the right edge. Once again played though with good intent, good speed. And it's good to have your company wherever you're watching around Australia or around the world. Here we are at Yamba Bowling Club for the BCiB Grade 1 Open Pennant State Finals. This is Corey Parker for Maitland City. And he's drawn it beautifully. Corey Parker. What he's also done there is as he's rocked back, the orange bowl was standing up of Campbelltown's Adam Johnson at the front has tipped out. So it's possible that one of those white bowls or the darker orange has come into the count. Well, if it did, that last yellow bowl might be going to beat it. Corey Parker, you can see how smooth his delivery is. Very refined, and he gets a very refined result here. Gets the jack moving. That might bring the white ones in this time. So the call is now for more weight. Look to get the jack running to the back of the rink. Well, I think this weight's fairly sensible. And if it stays up, that's going to be very useful. Not quite. So the opportunity to look at a spectator's beautiful hairstyle as the players swap over, and I think defence might be the first option here for Brody Pitham. Looking to get to the back of the rink first perhaps, or look to get the jack moving, potentially take that shot away. So we'll see what he opts to do here. Well, I think that makes the decision for Luke Grainger a bit clearer. He's just going to go firmer at this. And it is aggressive weight. He's going to be very close. He can get both bowls here. One onto the jack. Well, he's made it. Made it two. Flops down, and those are two Campbelltown bowls there. Corey Parker in front, and the dark orange Maitland City. And once again, Brody Pitham, if he's going to find a shot here, he's going to have to work for it. Let's have a look at that replay once again. Jay's going to hit the button, and we saw, as soon as Brody put that last one somewhat in the road, it made up the mind very much for Luke Grainger was a good hit, spun onto the jack, and got things moving around in the head. Some good catching bowls for Campbelltown, and now a tough assignment here. I wonder if there's some ideas perhaps of looking to push up through the pale blue Corey Parker bowl on the centre line. I think at this stage Maitland City have third and fourth. So Brody, well, he's going to play backhand, so while that might have been a thought, he's opted to look to play a very similar shot to what he played on the last end. Get down, land that yellow bowl with the perfect speed. I'll tell you what, he played excellent speed. He may well, if that falls over, which it just does, it's probably cut the count down to one. So, well, he's Jason Pinnock's man, Brody Pitham. And, well, it hasn't cut it down, but it was a fabulous effort. Gives a bit of a landing zone, though, for this man, Luke Grainger. He's in a reasonable sort of area here. Gets down, gets that fat. Oh, he's flopped out. Not quite going to do enough. I'm going to say that will remain 2 shots to Campbelltown. And Corey Parker's going to move his way up to stand alongside Brody. We'll send Billy Mars out again shortly to do an around the grounds for us. We'll have some updates. That might be Billy Mars coming back now with around the grounds. Not yet. No, okay. It's not a no. It's a not yet. Well, we're getting up towards a third of the way through this contest, so Campbelltown in an early strong position. I'm not going to say commanding just yet, but good leads on all 3 rinks, and good lead bowl there from Adam Johnson. And see plenty of spectators gathered around, enjoying a refreshment on this Saturday afternoon. They tell me it's winter here in the Northern Rivers. Mostly cloudy now, still 20 odd degrees. A little bit of cloud keeping things cool. Breeze largely out of the north, which is basically from top left of the picture. So we're going to have a little bit of assistance getting back down. He's very animated, this lead. Adam Johnson. He's been riding a couple of bowls. Yes, you can see there just that high cloud, but certainly no longer any threat of rain, as Jason Pinnock promised us we were going to get through. Now it's the darker orange of Nathan Allen. He's in a pretty good area too here. He's in a very good area here. That's the shot. Well played. Peter Walsh been asked a few times to take a little bit more grass. Now being asked to urge on. I don't think it needs much help here. Oh, the hat's come off early. What a bowl, Peter Walsh. Welcome back, I think is the call from Luke Grainger. Very happy with that. Kira's asking, is that the one? Is that the one? I said, oh, there was probably better ones to come yet, but there was probably a better one before Brody Pitham, but the hat was off early. And that was a magnificent effort once again from Dennis Roff for Maitland City. He's been pretty close all game. Simon Mitchell's picked up his pace next door, but it looks as though there was another good collect there for Braden Sol. Good effort from Peter Walsh. He was asked to go and beat that white bowl. He did, just slightly on the wrong side. Dennis, more aggressive track. Wants this one to really rip home now. Well, he's played it very nicely. Rolls back down and rolls back onto the jack. Well, we're getting a treat here. Jack obscured. It's somewhere. And being eaten up between Peter Walsh and Dennis Roff. So the purple and the white is where the jack is hiding between. Leighton saying good morning from Wales. Good morning to you. Good morning to everybody, wherever you're watching around Australia or around the world. If you're watching in Australia, it's likely to be good afternoon to you, though. And it's likely to be Corey Parker, the next one to deliver. Up and down for shot. It's very close in there. I've been issued with the around the grounds. Thanks to our sponsors, the State Match Committee. Billy Mars has been working hard for all our members to ensure that you've got access to the scores and results here at the Grade 1 Pennant Finals. We thank Billy, we thank Gail Scarf, we thank all of those members of our committees who are here. Clay Parker is, of course, a state selector. He's here. He's still playing, though. He's in action a little bit further up the green. Oh. Luke Grainger is animated, isn't he? You can tell very quickly what the outcome of these bowls are going to be. Jake Maloney, keep it going, Club Maitland City, yes. We'll have plenty of fans. And the infamous Joel Dowsett asking how Merimbula are going. Well, I'll get to that as soon as we get to the completion of this end. I might even go off a bit earlier. We'll see what Corey Parker does here. Well, it's going to be nearly a three-way go for shot. That jack is parked in between the white and the purple. See what Luke Grainger tells us. There might not be a microscope powerful enough to determine which bowl is shot at the moment. The way this is set up, well, we can see the jack at least now. It's a nice bit of camera work from Jay. 10-5 next door it is to Braden Sol. We update that board, so Campbelltown out to a strong position. Very hard to tell which one is the shot here, so the way that this is played will give us some indication. I think he's played that fairly conservative. Tells me that perhaps he feels that it is Peter Walsh who still has the shot. In the other games, Baddo Bay trail Inverell by 3, 17 shots to 20. Lennox Head trail Merimbula, 15 shots. Lennox Head, 27 Merimbula. And in the other quarterfinal, Maryland's 22 lead Corrimal 11. So that's what we've got going on out there. And what we've got going on here is a fabulous game between Luke Grainger and Brody. He's been put under the pump. And that sort of weight tells me that he is down. And for Luke Grainger, he's going to look to somehow defend. Well, what's that done? Bounce things around. Still all good is the suggestion. And once again, we can see the jack, so it was very, very close to everything in there. Well, Brody didn't like that one out of the hand. Feels he's going to slip underneath. And that is correct. And it is going to be a single shot to the Campbelltown Ghosts. A single shot to Luke Grainger. 8 shots to 3. He leads. It is 10 shots to 5 through 7 ends to Dylan Skinner on the far rink. And, well, Maitland City, we are now 1/3 of the way through this game. They will need to get going. As I mentioned yesterday afternoon, this Campbelltown side, it's been a remarkable rise for that club from being the Grade 3 runner-up only a couple of seasons ago. So they moved their top side, went from Grade 3 to Grade 2. Campbelltown won the Grade 2 state flag last year, and now an opportunity for Campbelltown to go on and claim the Grade 1 state flag. A mighty effort. Takes some brilliant people behind the scenes, and obviously they have a culture there where there's strong recruitment. As I said, it's not necessarily second chance or last chance saloon, but some good bowls have found their way to Campbelltown, and clearly they've found a culture and an environment from which they can really strive and succeed. What a shot there. Adam Johnson and Luke Grainger there. They're both pretty animated. And it's great to see these players. It means a lot. Michael Hodges, he's going for the Ghosts. And they might need all the support they can get. This is very close here. It's a super effort and a fine home. Brody Pitham will not be disappointed with that bowl finishing past Jack High. I've just heard in the background Jason Pinnock calling it to his old mate and the predecessor here as coordinator at Yamba, Glenn Dixon. What do you want? So all of a sudden I understand why Jason is not joining us this afternoon. He's having a well-deserved break and a catch-up with his long-time friend and colleague Glenn Dixon, who's the coordinator at North Haven these days, just down the road, 3 hours or so. Now Peter Walsh, he's in some sort of area here. Needs to be a little bit careful he doesn't drag the jack. Probably a good miss in the end. Had the right weight if he'd landed the dark orange bowl. Could have done some real damage. Well, the right edge required here. Flops down, up and down. One down was the initial call from Luke Grainger, so asking for little punchy weight from Ricky McConnell. Ricky's responded beautifully. He's got this. Well done, Ricky. What a shot. was punchy, a little bit of weight, and got a fabulous result. Got the right edge of the white bowl and now has tucked in. And it's going to be, Corey Parker's asking the question, how much weight? And Hugh Pickett was the response from Brody. Needs to clear the front and things will change here. Well, got the jack out in the open and potentially one shot it is. Luke Grainger looking a bit suspect on that, but it is one shot he believes. That yellow bowl of this man, Ricky McConnell. Luke's interested. Adam Johnson's interested as well. Just slides past, but it's a good effort out there. Once again, one feels it's going to be Brody Pitham left with some work to do. Even if Corey Parker nails this, it's not anything to be guaranteed here. Corey's just left that whisker short. So here's the replay of that fabulous bowl from Ricky McConnell. As we said, punchy weight required. Punchy weight delivered. Got the fabulous edge and flopped down for shot. And we'll go back live now, and it is Luke Grainger. To draw, I feel, underneath the purple bowl of Peter Walsh at the front. And inside Corey Parker. That's magnificently done. I keep saying he's doing some wonderful things here, Luke Grainger, and for Brody. He's got plenty of magic tricks stuffed in his hat, but I wonder how many he can pull out. He's in a fine area here, Brody. Well, that's some response. Don't know that's done enough. Luke Grainger perhaps thinking of something a little bit more audacious on the forehand, but I think is determined that backhand is the smart play, particularly it's a 15-shot lead on the masterboard. It's, as we've seen, particularly that, the two morning games that we've done, the Inverell fight back yesterday morning, and the come from the clouds effort from Tuncurry Beach this afternoon. Sans a couple of players as well. They lost Super and Rex Johnson, both their partners, unwell. So it was a bare bones Tuncurry Beach side, but they did really, really well. I did invite Craig Donaldson to come join me for commentary this afternoon. He was inconclusive on what his movements were, but I think they're going to stop around and have a little debrief first, and then we'll see what's going on. We might get some special guest commentators tomorrow. I know Rebecca Lord is floating around still. They're not flying back Cabramatta until Monday. So we had the pleasure of Beck Lord only the other week. This has turned into a very hard shot now for Brody. He can get a result through that grey of Corey Parker. It's not going to happen, and it will be one shot to, once again, Campbelltown, Luke Grainger. So, well, no issues with pace of play here. They're pretty quick, these players. Leighton saying, unbelievable bowls in Australia, boys. Well, it is. It's fabulous that we've got so many brilliant clubs, brilliant players, these facilities. This club here, Yamba, is something to behold. So if you're on the Northern Rivers, make sure you get on down Tell Jason that Lee Stinson sent you. Use the code LS944 and you might get 10% off your green fees. The novice bowler, good morning from Kent in Great Britain. Well, good morning to all of our audience around Australia or around the world. Nick Hind is my name. We're here with you at Yamba Bowling Club. This is the BCiB Grade 1 Open Pennant State Finals. And we are seeing Campbelltown and Luke Grainger out to a 9-3 lead against Brody Pitham. I'm finding it hard to digest that really is the score. Corey Parker's playing well. Brody's playing some remarkable bowls under immense pressure, but it's Luke Grainger and Ricky McConnell who, anytime there's a hint that Campbelltown might be in trouble, have been able to turn things around. And even when they've only got, I've mentioned a number of times on the bingo card, they've got 1 out of the first 4 or 5. They've been able to improve on their position and playing some fabulous bowls here on rink 8. At Yamba Bowling Club. Number 1 now for Nathan Allen, Maitland City. Novice bowler wants to join my sentiments about these great bowls being played. And it's not quite there from Peter Walsh, Michael Anderson. He's cheering on Campbelltown. Barbara Green, did Tarrant Point make the quarters, please? They did not. They missed out by a single rink point. Tarrant Point. They got pipped by Marimbula this morning. And had Tuncurry Beach managed to take a second rink off Batto Bay this morning, Tarrant Point would have been through, but it's the end of the campaign for a club that looked in control of the section yesterday. But Marimbula said, hold my cup of tea. We're not done yet. Now, backhand here for Dennis, looking to add with 2 metres. Just needs to steer around that purple bowl of Peter Walsh. Probably does enough to be, well, if not in the argument for second, then certainly in the knock-up zone, and then it will be very much in the argument. Clear road being called for here. That's a fabulous shot there, Ricky. The hat comes off again. And, well, I've just said it. It's been Ricky. Ricky rises here under the pressure. And for Corey Parker, it's going to be searching weight, trying to draw through the white bowl's okay, around and pull up just past the tee. Great shot, Ricky. Well, he seems to have an unlimited supply of absolute genius bowls at this stage, Ricky McConnell. Brody Pitham's having a look at the angles here. Yeah, I think I like this call. He's asking Corey to go a bit quicker. Under the white, he feels he might be able to flick the jack through or flick the yellow bowl out. Might need some fortune. Just clipped off the front. the changeover now. It's going to be with the scores all up to date as far as we can tell. 17 shots to the lead early to Campbelltown. And well, Brody Pitham, he's going to have some work to do. I've mentioned he was the last one out every single session so far. They've played 3 games and Brody Pitham has been the last one off the rink every single time. So I think he'll be looking forward to an easier contest, but he's not getting it here. Luke Grainger and Ricky McConnell doing some amazing work. Oh, that's going to count. That's a super shot there. And a big smile from Adam Johnson as he steps up onto the bank. For Brody, there's not much going on here. They don't have the best back. They don't have a heap of cover. 12-7 next door is the score I've seen there, but just wait until we get a better look at that. It also says 12-7 through 9 ends, and that doesn't line up with what we've got. It's going to be attack from Brody. Even if he bangs a few out of the way, well, it rattles around, and that's going to turn it into a one-bowl drawing competition between these two skips. He just goes and bashes that. And as Luke Grainger makes his way to the mat, well, he knows the skill of Brody Pitham. He needs to get one very close here if Campbelltown are to claim this, the 9th end of this 21 end contest. Well, he's not done that. He's got back to his own. Still may well be as many as 3 shots to Campbelltown, but this man Brody Pitham, I'm going to back him to draw this. Oh, if you've got someone for your life, I'd be happy to have Brody. 1 shot it will be to Maitland City. So 9-4. Yeah, 12-7 is the indication on the scoreboard next door, but they the ends aren't aligning with what we had. We might send the attack dog Billy Mars out to confirm that, but certainly Simon Mitchell is on 7 shots, so we can add that without any difficulty. And we'll double check the end count for you there. At this stage of the match, having the score correct is probably more important than the number of ends. As we get to the conclusion, though, the number of ends remaining will be crucial, as we saw as Tuncurry Beach ran out of time this morning. They just ran out of ends. It was a massive fight back from all 3 rinks. Shane Globitz came back from a big way down. Joppo Paul Jopson, he came back to only 4 by 1, and Pixie Craig Donaldson, I think he fell by 2 shots in the end, so a couple of fabulous efforts. And the fabulous effort there from Adam Johnson up front. Big high five at the top of the page. Danny's watching on. Yeah, good. Keep going, fellas. Campbelltown, well, they are on fire. And the lovely Rowan Black watching from Las Vegas in the Paris Casino Hotel. That sounds very nice. Little trip to Vegas. We've taken plenty of spending money. It's It's a place I've got myself into a little bit of, well, not trouble, but I did make sure I had plenty of spending money. And after I spent all my spending money, I managed to find my way to spend a bit more. So whatever your budget is for Las Vegas, probably add an extra $0 or $2. I considered myself a decent poker player until I went to Las Vegas, and if you don't have the very best, you're in trouble. Couple here for Campbelltown. The call for Peter Walsh is backhand. Go put another one in the vicinity, please. Well, he can get off this white ball and get a good result. He doesn't want to tip it in, though, on the outside, and that's given shot away. And Peter Walsh being punished for being narrow. He's been pretty good. Well, he's had pretty good fortune so far. Has played a few narrow bowls. But we're seeing opportunity here for Peter Walsh to tidy things up. He's on the tight line again. A little bit more speed though. And it's going to slip under. So Corey Parker makes his way back to the business end. Raywin asking a very difficult question. Can I see the Warilla scores? No, I can't. They're not at this venue. Very, very tricky to see the Warilla scores when they're not playing here. We aren't doing live scoring for this event. I've mentioned this a few times. I can guarantee you we'll be doing it in a couple of grades at least next year for the state pennant finals. As we see attack, and as we see Corey Parker go spilling out, and we might just turn the scoreboard off briefly so you get a better view of what's going on out on the wing there. All of a sudden that purple bowl of Peter Walsh, well, it's come in handy. Corey though, well, this is going to come in very handy. That's number one. That's a beautiful shot. It's a hard thing to do, drawing all the way out wide. This is on a pristine turf out there. It hasn't had the same traffic as the middle of the rink, and this one being asked to hold by Luke Grainger, just sliding past. So I feel probably only one to Maitland City currently. You can see there the jack right out toward the boundary peg. You're on rink 8. So yes, we'll have more live scoring at both New South Wales events in future. But this one just a little bit too hard with our team spread across 12 different venues, and still a lot of players and administrators unfamiliar with the technology. Luke Grainger has, well, it's a rare miss for him. Billy Masters come back in with some updated around the grounds with thanks to the State Match Committee, our proud sponsors of the Around the Grounds segment. Good here from Brody, all down to his speed. That is probably going to be good enough for 2, I feel. Now, Luke Grainger, much more positive. He is looking for the bowl, so it must have only been 1. Well, he's going to tip something in, maybe tips out. Rebecca Lord heading home. Comes and shakes my hand. She's lovely. Credit to the sport. And it is 2 shots to Brody Pitham and 2 shots to Maitland City. We'll bring the scoreboard back up so we make sure we're pressing the correct button. And around the grounds, Rowan, I can help you out, and I can help Barbara Green out, but you can see all the results, the quarterfinalists, on the BowlsLink app, which you can download from your app store or head to the BowlsLink results portal. That's results.bowlslink.com.au. Click into each grade in the final series, and you'll see what's going on. But Barbara, I can answer. Batto Bay are in the quarterfinals, and they are leading Inverell RSM 28-27. So very, very close there. Merimbula have a 19-shot lead, 39 shots to 20 over Lennox Head. In this game, the score is on on your screen. And Maryland's hold a 9-shot lead only currently for Rowan Black over North Warilla, which is, of course, the great Corrimal Bowling Club, the current and defending Grade 1 flag holders. So Corrimal, it'd be a rare repeat for that club to go back to back. And we're seeing, well, some players with some real ability here. From Campbelltown, the current Grade 2 Pennant finalists and champions. So 2 fine efforts there from Nathan Allen, but being gazumped here by this very enthusiastic lead, Adam Johnson. A little bit too enthusiastic with this bowl, was urging it to get down and run into something. As we've mentioned before, you're only quick if you miss. So I wasn't quite quick enough from Dennis Roff. So yes, to Barbara, thank you for your question. Yes, well, Batto Bay were bowling particularly well this morning, but whether they dropped off or it was a big improvement, certainly in the second half from Tuncurry Beach. They came home with a very wet sail and had Batto Bay dropped a second rink. It would have been Tarrant Point in the finals this afternoon rather than Batto Bay, but Batto Bay got through on 20 points. 19 points was Merimbula and Tarrant Point, but Merimbula's superior margin saw that club through. Good here from Peter Walsh. Gets down, gets an edge, makes 2. He was perhaps a little bit erratic early, Peter Walsh, but he's settled in nicely now. And Corey Parker just once again with work to do. Just wants to be out just a fraction. Yeah. See that hand not really responding as aggressively as I thought it might. This backhand is very much the wider, and it's a Ricky McConnell special once again. Wow, he is on some tear. Has probably made 3, and it's time for a big one here from Corey Parker. I don't really have a lot to work with here, Maitland City. He's just going to look to peel that shot bowl off with good, confident draw weight. Based on what the last one did, this is high. Yeah, that line on the forehand coming in this direction is getting tight. Barbara reminding us it's great to see close results in bowls. Well, it's exactly right, Barbara. And look, there was 2 sections certainly where the third place team can probably consider themselves unlucky. That is Tarrant Point and Nelson Bay. Both clubs 2-game winners yesterday. This club was a 2-game winner yesterday, and they backed it up today. Campbelltown, they might be edging closer towards some level of favouritism in this competition. Maitland City are a very well credentialed side, and we've seen lots of Brody, Michael Cronin, Simon Mitchell we've seen plenty of too. I've had the misfortune of running into him and Nathan Dawson amongst others at a BPL Cup with Brody Pitham, and we were going well until we ran into a power play. Yeah, I think we only dropped 2 or 3 ends to them, but the 2 or 3 ends we dropped were power plays. 5 doubles to 10. There goes that set, and I think the next set was 6 doubles to 12, and there goes that set. So it was hard punching against some very high quality players from Maitland City. And Brody's going to come and have a look. He probably has second now. The question is it second and fourth? I can see a world where he can get the inside part of the shot bowl and the jack squeezes across to Corey Parker on the left of screen. I can see a world where he plays just one of those super little weighted shots of his and sits the yellow and green bowl through, stays for shot. He's just got such ability with the delicately weighted shots to Brody Pitham, and I feel that's what he's playing for. We know this hand's quite direct, and well, he played it with great speed once again. That's impeccable weight for the shot. But despite being such good weight, he needed the impeccable line to match, and couldn't quite find that. I'm not quite sure. Well, I can't imagine Luke Grainger's going to go and play something as outrageous as what they're indicating. I think there's some talk of punching a bowl through the head there, but it seems risky at this stage of the match, particularly with a good lead. This is the final bowl at the end as well, so as though Brody's got another chance to make a number. That's what it looks like from the business end. And backhand, I think sensible. Can turn through that yellow bowl. No, he doesn't want any jack movement, but missing on the high side is okay. Bounce off that. Might squeak in to the argument. One shot only. So one it is to Luke Grainger. He gets to 10. Brody Pitham remains on 6. Campbelltown a 10-shot advantage. Simon Mitchell has caught up. He's through 11 ends only over there, though, so we've been bluffed by somebody on that scoreboard, so we'll have to take an end off on our scoreboard here. So now producer Jay is going to muck around with that. The ends play, that's the one we're doing, Jay. Yep, 32. There we go. So all the scores we believe add up. I don't want to risk a look at the master scoreboard and see if that's all over the place, but the scores on our scoreboards add up, and Jay's going to have a look at the master scoreboard to make sure that it is the same as what we think it is. As I say, I'm looking forward to device scoring becoming much more common across all of our events. The ability to follow along with every match live is absolutely fantastic. Well, that matches up with what we've got. Maitland City's on some number with a 4 after it, but I'm backing that their manager can do his addition. And DJ Dilworth is out there to support. So, little mini fight back here, as led by Simon Mitchell on the neighbouring rink. 12 shots to 11 it is there. Peter Walsh now out on a good line. Just being asked to dive now. The afternoon sun gets lower here at the Yamba Bowling Club. Those who joined us this morning will note that we are playing in the other direction. It was a discussion I had with Jason Pinnock a few weeks ago, and he said, look, we can go in the one direction if you like, but this way gives the players a little bit of respite from that low winter sun in the afternoon. And this direction also gives the green staff an opportunity to mix things up a little bit and ensure that there's nobody being advantaged by using the same rink or rinks twice. As Peter Walsh draws a super shot, and no chalk in the pocket of Adam Johnson, who is the lead, but acting as the offsider to skipper Luke Grainger. Well, Darren Roff's not far away here. Gets a clear run. He's going to go very close to just drawing the shot himself. Well, that was beautiful speed. Maybe just needed to be, well, an inch or so higher. It was all clear run past his own. He was looking deadly to be down to the jack. What's allowed is an opportunity for this man, Ricky McConnell, who's been absolutely on fire. He does it just every single end, it feels like. 1 out of 2, and Corey Parker is not played poorly. Keeps going to the head, finding himself down. And having to play these sort of shots, the yard on and the 2 yards on, a little bit of weight. He's very capable, of course, but it's hard to play these all day. Well, he's played it perfectly though, Corey. What a shot. Well done, mate. They're having a fantastic tussle here, these two boys, Ricky McConnell and Corey Parker. Well, Ricky's got to run now. And for Corey Parker, a little bit turn it over time. And look to get down. And, well, draw another toucher, I think is plan A. How's his speed here? I think he's a little bit light. So does Brody. Danny letting us know they're all playing fantastic bowls. But there's levels of brilliance here that seem unobtainable to some of us who are mere mortals, just low-grade battlers. And, well, that is a rare miss there for Luke Grainger. Sailed that one quickly past. Now, Brody I like for drawing a second here. This very close, just going to slip past. And as Luke Grainger returns to the mat, we'll see if he perseveres with that forehand plan. See what he's looking to do. He can get off the yellow bowl just on the inside of the centre line, up and over that once. Can use the edge there of the white and blue. Can use the edge of this bowl here, up, over, through, too far. Now Brody with last say. Doesn't have to change too much to draw another counter, and I feel that's all he will look to do. So the track's good once again. Looking to draw and draw a second, and it's going to be 2 shots. What a bowl. What a bowler, Brody. When he's unopposed at those sort of shots, you feel as though he's just almost unbackable. And it's going to be a 3rd shot being sought now by Maitland City, and what a result that would be. It is only 2, so Brody Pitham 8 trails Luke Grainger 10. We've had 12 ends completed here. And after the initial softening up period, Maitland City, as I always expected. Surging back into this contest. They were down quite a few more. And been led by a big fight back next door. Braden Soul got out to a hot start, but has been pegged right back. Plenty of the comments cheering on City. Dig deep. I'm sure they will. DJ's outside exhorting his troops. And well, this is the sort of start you want. You've won the previous end, and just going to park one right on top of it. Well done, Nathan Allen. Brody sneaks back into shot, gives it a little bit of dust. Just a little bit quick here from Adam Johnson. Stays up at the back of the rink though, so that may come in handy before too long. Won't change anything for Nathan Allen. Play it again, man. Jason and I were talking yesterday. This is often the hardest bowl to play. The same one. Well, he's played it pretty well, but unfortunately that frames it up. And our man Adam Johnson only had a little bit of a rush of blood there. The call from Brody is the correct one here. Change it up. Whether you turn one of those orange bowls through, move the jack, or go and sit just immediately in behind. It doesn't need to be a different look, because players of this level will not let that stay the same for too long. So Peter Walsh, he'll be looking for some disturbance. Important that he doesn't overplay this now. That's fine speed. Yeah. Brody said very clearly there to Dennis Roff, don't you worry about giving it away. If it stays like this, we won't hold on to it for much longer. You need to give yourself a chance to change the angles and just change it up a little bit. Well, it doesn't really change it up, it kind of fattens it up. And I think it's going to be weight on the forehand. Just how much is the call? See what Peter Walsh is given license to play. Well, he's pretty close here, Peter Walsh. He's played this absolutely superbly. Peter, perfect. Well, nearly. That does change it up, and it changes things probably favourably for Maitland City. The way that was sitting was just not viable to be held on to, particularly at grade 1 level. I think there's probably a few sides in grade 6 and grade 7 where you might back them to miss even that, but they're probably not the sides that are playing in the state finals this weekend. We are across 12 venues around New South Wales, but this is where the number 1 grade is being played. We're at Yamba Bowling Club. Nick Hind is my name, and fantastic to have your company wherever you're watching around Australia or around the world. You've been watching Ricky McConnell, and he's going to get all the plaudits here if he can get that bowl up and over. He's done it. That's shot. Tricky Ricky, he has been, well, my man of the match early. And he will go into the draw to win all the chunk on Jason Pinnock's desk at the end of this weekend. I've threatened that as the prize. The players don't know this, of course, but I'm sure Jason will be happy to get rid of the bits of scrap paper or empty biscuit wrappers. It's weight from Corey Parker, looking for major disturbance here. Well, it's major disturbance at the back of the ring. Clears everything off that was at the back, and there was a Darren Roff bowl belonging to Maitland City back there. That's not the one he would have liked to have got rid of. Provided the freedom and that option to play big weight. And oh, look at this. Look at this. Can he get right down? Not quite. Half a roll short. Well, Ricky McConnell, he gets a big palm slap, the high five from Skip Grainger, and you can absolutely understand why. He's been sublime so far. And what that's doing is it's placing this just immense continued pressure on this very casual character, Brody Pitham. But he's no slouch, and he's no. Oh, I was going to say he's not going to go get that, is he? He's set himself up the bowl at the back of the rink. Once again has Brody Pitham. And, well, that's taken it away, but maybe presented things again. The yellow bowl flopping over. I think if it had stayed up, that would have made it really, really difficult for Maitland City. I suspect here, given there's that back bowl for Brody, there's a lot of ways he can win here with big weight. I think a kill he can get, if he's wide, he can get off the yellow bowl back to the middle and potentially spit out all three of the Campbelltown bowls. Jack to the back of the rink is good here for Maitland City as well, so I fully expect to see Brody go running into this. Well, it's a bit more controlled than I thought, but it's going to miss under the line, and it's going to be 2 shots, I believe, for Campbelltown currently. Michael Cronin has caught up against Dylan Skinner. And Maitland City now back within a very small margin. So let's see here what talk is from Grainger. It looked to be more aggressive than was my initial suspicion. Well, he may have made 3 there. That's some sort of shot. That's some sort of result. He may not have made 3. He may have only made, oh no, I think it was 3, yes. Well, Luke Grainger, that shot was not without risk, but he fashioned there what looked to be a perhaps an unlikely third shot. But that keeps Brody Pitham at bay, and it keeps Maitland City at bay for now. Ante watching from Croatia. Good afternoon, good evening, or good night to you, Ante. I trust that you're enjoying these great coverage that we've got for you here at Yamba. We've been all around in recent weeks and months here on the Bowls New South Wales live stream. We've had Junior Tri Series, we've had Women's Pennant Finals, we've had the Interstate Series at Cabramatta, we've had Junior 7-a-side and State Championships and Para Championships from Dubbo. We're looking forward to taking a bit of a breath. Mark Rossington watching from the Philippines. Good afternoon to you, Mark, in the Philippines. So we're looking forward to taking a little bit of a breath after this. We've got a little break before our next event. We'll be with you from the Dubbo International Fours at the end of September. So nice to have a little break for our sport and comms and events teams. Myself, Nick Hind, Lee Stinson, Dean Hodges, Kira O'Shea. We've all been busy over the recent weeks and months at all our events. Billy Mars has returned with the next round of updates. Thank you very much, Billy. State Match Committee getting real value for their sponsorship here of this this event. Oh, I see what you're doing too, Billy Mars. That's very clever. She's penned in the teams, but she's penciled in the scores and the ends, so she can just swap cards with me from time to time, but doesn't have to write out all the team names. It's very, very clever. This is why your State Match Committee members are doing their very best to serve you and to serve the sport. We thank them for their service, as we do for all of our volunteers at this club across the sport. They're coming back. DJ's keeping an eye on me, and he's keeping an eye on that scoreboard. Things are getting closer. He's a bit nervous. Very strong drink in David Dilworth's hand. It's a can of full-strength Coca-Cola. Peter Walsh holding shot. Well, holding shot for the moment. This one, good speed, and may well have done enough for Maitland City. I'll let you know in a moment the updates that were brought to me by the fantastic, the lovely Billy Mars. And well, it's a lovely bowl there. Once again, he's just on a tear, Ricky McConnell, in this game. I'm looking forward to watching back the supercut of his bowls before we play you out this evening. I think that might be, well, if it's not too late at night, we might be able to provide you the highlights package, but the Ricky McConnell highlights package may be nearly as long as this game. He's been absolutely sublime. 15-11 next door. Braden Soul has picked up another shot. Corey Parker, he wants to dive under now and stop. That's going to be very close too. It'll be in the argument. Still one is the call from Luke Grainger. Up and over that, that's probably going to make, well, it's certainly made the Peter Walsh better. It's probably gone close to making a second shot, and Once again, it's Brody Pitham with decisions to make. Difficult shots to call. There's not been an opportunity yet for Maitland City, for Corey Parker or for Brody to play one with just absolute impunity. Every shot that they've played has had some risk involved. They're cutting it down. They're trying to change the head up, and it is going to be weight from Corey Parker. I feel it's going to get away. It does. And, well, there's really not many opportunities for Maitland City to make scores here. Grainger's found his way to 13 shots through 13 ends. Brody Pitham on 8. And he's had to generate almost all of those scoring opportunities off his own back here. Young man Brody. Discussion here from Campbelltown around how they might look to defend or attack. If it is 2 shots, there may be some temptation to go and just place one around the back. A potential number at the back of the rink there. It is well, that is going to make certain of the purple bowl being a counter. I know a lot of players who'd be tempted to go and run through this. Those 2 white bowls back left belong to Maitland City there. Dennis Roff. But the light orange back left is, importantly, an Adam Johnson Campbelltown bowl. So that will help defend this 7-shot currently masterboard margin. And it is weight here from Brody. It's a perfect result. Had to get through slightly higher than that for the perfect result. Has cleaned things out a little bit, but cut down the count certainly to 2 only for Campbelltown. So I think the call from Campbelltown, a sensible one. Get around. Can potentially cover and count. Braden Soul having a yarn with Luke Grainger as to how they might look to defend here. I think getting to the back left of the rink here, covering the grey-blue and the white of Maitland City. Well, that does that and counts. As I say, for Brody Pitham, it's decision time. He hasn't had the freedom to just go and add another one. Very, very rarely has he had much of a chance to do more than cut down. He's played some brilliant bowls to do it. But there is now another end here where he's being tested. And going to play a similar sort of seeking shot. This looks to be high. Well, gets one out and cuts the count back, does it? No, it is not. 3 still. So 3 shots it is to Luke Grainger. And for Campbelltown, they are up to a 10-shot advantage once again. Braden Soul in front against Simon Mitchell. So being urged on is Adam Johnson there, pulling up just a metre short. We're getting towards that hour of the afternoon, 4 o'clock just gone local time. And still a long way to go in this game. I think the lights will be on and taking effect before we are finished. Now, just a little bit short there, Nathan Allen. Might see a little bit of that in the next half an hour or so as the players adjust to the afternoon, the late afternoon sun getting lower in the sky. Nathan Allen wants to really add at least a metre here. Well, that's a bad miss. Realistically, he had the track, needed to be adding on there. Crucial to get to the jack and get past. Situation, his rink's being doubled up here. 16 shots Luke Grainger, 8 shots Brody Pitham. Dylan Skinner's doing his best for Campbelltown. Michael Cronin holding sway there for Maitland City for the moment. Simon Mitchell within, well, striking distance. This fellow Peter Walsh has been he started off a little erratically, but has come very good in the recent ends. This is a fabulous shot from Peter Walsh. It's down, makes 2. Probably would have loved to have got a tiny bit less of that bowl on the way in. Now for Dennis. Well, that's the right colour for Maitland City. It's absolutely not the way that it would have been drawn up by Brody, but I wonder if Luke Grainger's going to. Well, there was a suggestion there. Often when you see players walk back that far, that they are looking to see what the angles are like for a running shot. The call was, though, no, let's play draw. And, well, for Ricky McConnell, that's a big miss for him. Please don't think I'm bagging him. he has played so well that to miss a metre past the jack is, it's a horror show. I know plenty of people, myself included, who would be very happy to miss a metre past the jack. Yeah, I think the call now is they've got that backwood. You go get through the front is the call on the forehand. Yeah, really like this call from Luke Grainger. Well, the call is, you can play it backhand too. I think I did prefer the forehand, but I'll tell you what, he's a chance of getting down to this shot bowl just underneath. The only reason I like the forehand, but you have to have the power to play it, is that if you do get under the white, you're a chance of getting the shot bowl out as well as punching through the two Campbelltown bowls on the centre line. But Corey, well, he'd love for that to have got right back to the centre line. Pull the camera back here just a little bit. You'll see at the very back of the rink. It is the yellow bowl all on its own. So any jack movement back past the tee will be an advantage here. Luke Grainger is going to play it forehand, and it's the hand I preferred. He has pinched it a little bit, and that's going to slide underneath. Now for Brody, for the very first time, perhaps a little respite. I can add. And if he can add a counter that sits on the centre line behind the jack, that's going to make it much, much more difficult. Well, that adds a counter all right. It doesn't change really the shot, and I think if it was the right shot before, it's the right shot again. Yep, Luke Grainger not wasting any time. And he's, it's the same result. So, for the very, very first time in this game, Brody, a chance to draw, add on, make a 4. And, well, Campbelltown have done well to prevent this, but he's the sort of bowler who can really hurt you with these. That wasn't a free kick, though, and it is going to be 3 shots to Brody, and 11 shots now. Maitland City, 16 shots. Campbelltown, and it's team talk time. And Brody's getting the boys together and asking Nathan Allen, Dennis Roff, Corey Parker, what are we going to do? How are we going to do it? The masterboard certainly not out of reach. 8 shots. The masterboard is the only thing that matters here in the knockout stages. Rink points irrelevant. So you need to be quite selfless with your play. If your rink's struggling, you need to just take your medicine sometimes. I hope your teammates pick you up. This rink isn't struggling by any stretch, though. I don't wish to cast aspersions on any of these boys. It's just the pressure that has been applied. Luke Grainger and Ricky McConnell at the back end. Peter Walsh has done some good stuff up front, and Adam Johnson as well. So it is going to be a new plan here for Maitland City. Matt back, short jack. Michael Anderson fire up Campbelltown. Well, they are fired up out there. Martine's watching from South Africa. Good day to you, and good day to all our international viewers. Nick Hind is my name. We're here with you at Yamba Bowling Club. This is the BCiB Grade 1 Open Pennant State Finals, and you're watching here what's been a superb contest of skill, touch, a little bit of power. And it's Campbelltown holding sway currently, but you'd be brave to write off Maitland City, a club as strong as they are in the Hunter Valley region. And shortly to be home of a fabulous new all-weather synthetic facility. So Dylan Skinner's hit the front again against Michael Cronin. Michael Anderson reminding us of a quarter-final at the state singles a few years ago. And Michael Cronin got the wood on him in that contest. Good bowl there from, once again, Adam Johnson. Now it's a searching sort of a line. Doesn't have the searching sort of weight, though, to quite match there from Dennis Roff. And I think you'll be a little bit disappointed with that. You play that with another metre of weight, you finish past, and provide another option for your back-end players. Peter Walsh being asked just to simmer a little bit. And now being asked to swoop. And gets back into a good home, Peter Walsh. That's pretty well positioned. Still there for Dennis, though. Can get down and sit the last bowl. Braden Sol picked up a 3 next door. 19-11, and that margin's starting to get probably concerning here for Maitland City. That's well played by Dennis. Too far away again here, Peter Walsh. Go down and put your nose on it. Well, little tickle over to the left of picture. Could have tucked that in front of the orange bowl of Adam Johnson, effectively making it a back toucher. Hasn't quite done that, but once again, options are limited for Maitland City. The setup work from Campbelltown has been just first rate. Watching Corey Parker stroll back to the mat. I'm probably seeing the last of the warm sunshine now this afternoon. The cloud starting to increase, as is the breeze. You can see what Corey's looking for here. Really wanted to turn through that orange bowl, the dark orange of his lead, Nathan Allen, but missed on the low side and also got into the white Dennis Roff bowl. Oh, well, he's back here. Oh, he's back. He's unstoppable. Ricky McConnell, another toucher, and makes that a lot trickier. Call from Brody's good, though. I can afford to miss on the high side here with a bit more weight. Well, he's going to miss not quite on the high enough side. Clears out his own bowl. Ray Parks has just wandered in looking for some electricity. Make sure you send him an invoice, Gear. He's got plenty of money. Ray Parks acting as the Coronel manager, but a very well credentialed player in his own right. Has been involved in the Grade 1 team for a lot of years. Ray Parks. Danny's saying a couple of huge ends by the Ghosts. Well, exactly right, and they've sort of won together, the Ghosts. Dylan Skinner's hit the front. Braden's had some success, and Luke Grainger has won ends. So that margin that got down to sort of 8 shots is now back out to 16. And it's a big ask for this man Brody, who's already had such a big campaign. As we say, he's been the last one finished every single match. I'll tell you what, he's very close here, folks. Brody, well, he's unstoppable, Brody Pitham. He's drawn the shot. That's a fabulous draw, just a fabulous draw bowl. Ricky McConnell, don't know that he was so convinced that it was shot, but I think play it as down is certainly the call. It's really the only Maitland City bowl within Coo-E. Just going to slip past, is it? Yes. So, no, we can see. I think that probably gives a good indication to me. Well, maybe it is not shot. Brody's having a extended assessment. But if it is or it isn't, I don't really think it changes what he's doing too much. When he played that bowl so well, there is a chance that he can push through the blue onto the orange, or even a tiny little bit of jack movement across to the white is okay. Corey Parker's been asked to give his opinion. We'll see what his opinion is. We'll see what Brody Pitham can do here. So Luke Grainger has done very little wrong today. It's a change of hands. This has to be such precise weight if he's going to do anything. Oh. Don't know that that's done too much, and I question that decision. He played the first one so well on the forehand. I couldn't see a lot of ways it could go wrong. I know that you want to protect and really want to secure maximum shots at this stage of the game, but Grainger, he's watching this intently. I think he knows he's close. He's very close. He's got the jack moving back, and it's Corey Parker and Dennis Roff. He got it going too far, and it's a lucky two to Maitland City, but they will take it at this stage. So Brody Pitham moves to 13. Luke Grainger stays on 16. The master board is 14 shots, and yeah, that was, well, I'm okay with it for Campbelltown. They've probably got enough margin that you can take. Not even really much of a risk there. That's just trying to change it up. I certainly believe that Brody Pitham was the shot, so it's cost them an extra shot. And it's going to be pretty close to full length here. We'll see where Nathan Allen is at the back of the rink, I assume. Oh yes, Lee Stinson will be happy. You can't play T to T unless the mat is all the way back. So Nathan Allen, you might get a start playing lead for Lee Stinson at some point in your near future. And going to be a little change here. It's missing on the tight side. And Nathan Allen once again. He's up and after that one immediately. And well, he's going to get down and grab this jack here on the way through. That's timely. So I feel a little bit for Brody. He's just had so much pressure applied for him consistently throughout this competition. As we say, last one out every single round. And this one being asked to run. Johnson, no, he's already got one there. He'll be chastising himself a little bit, one feels. Brody's having a look at the angles here, and we're having a look at the back of his skull. And it's going to be backhand for Dennis Roff. Well, it's going to slip past, but it will stay on. And we know those can be very, very handy. Billy Masters got the latest update. I'll trade you for that. Thank you so much, Billy. So Peter Walsh has pulled up a fair way short, and we do see this often this time of the afternoon. Dennis making sure that he's got past and has now a pair of bowls at the back of the ring. They may come in very handy before too long. So I did mention Brody Pitham has had a very big campaign. He was the last one out this morning with Cabramatta chasing a 7 to get themselves through to this afternoon's finals. So they killed lots of ends. Tony Wood kept Brody out there until late last night as well, trying to find a way for, well, both teams to win that game. It was a win for Brody, and a comfortable one, but the master board made things difficult. And then in round number 1, Brody was telling me that he was the last one out against Dapto Citizens, and it was the great Robbie Warren who pushed him all the way 19-17. So Brody's had a very good campaign. He's undefeated so far, but being really tested here by this Campbelltown quartet. Adam Johnson, Peter Walsh, Ricky McConnell, who is very much my man, and Luke Grainger. Ricky's nearly gone ricochet rabbit through there and found a way. We see a few balls pulling up short, but the grass line stayed very good. So the call from Jason Pinnock is that while the speed goes out, the finish stays at this hour of the afternoon. And we see Corey Parker, he hasn't learnt from his first. And this is a much higher line here from Ricky McConnell. Being asked to simmer now. Well, it's got back magnificently. I told you that it would turn, and that may well be shot. That's a super bowl there from Ricky McConnell once again. If we play the full highlights package of Ricky this afternoon, we might be here until midnight. It's been something to behold. He's played great weight. And might sound a bit harsh, but I don't know that I've been overly impressed by any of the thirds that we've seen so far in this competition. Mav was very good yesterday, I think, but third's a hard position to play and make it look good. And Ricky McConnell is doing that beautifully and applying that pressure once again to Brody Pitham, who is responding here. Brody, he's responding. He's responded. What a shot. I was going to jump up and hit the replay button. That's how good it was. So Luke Grainger now asking, do I swing at this or do I go a bit firmer and open things up through the middle? So the call is go quick. That yellow bowl, you can get that up and over through the blue, and it is big weight from Luke Grainger. He's going to be very close here. Just gets the wrong edge, gets a clip off the front. Corey Parker makes a good tackle. Well, you would have heard that before in the great man's football career, but it's not quite the same Corey Parker. Brody. Well, I feel he needs to give this one a friend and probably doesn't want to frame it up. If you can park inside that yellow bowl, this is going to be a super shot. That is the bowl of the match so far, Brody Pitham. That's brilliant. Makes two. I feel, well, it could even be three. If it is three and all of a sudden it's 16 all, I don't know that you can call this again. Best result now is the edge of the jack, allegedly. Get it going sideways. No, it's going to be draw. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think Adam Johnson realised that there wasn't much on, and well, Luke Grainger's a pretty capable player. Luke Grainger is a very capable player. He got a, well, probably didn't need that straight, and it might have been a bit too quick. And a bit of noise now for Maitland City out there. The scoreboard flips over, and we'll determine whether it was 1, 2 or 3. It was 3 shots, and it's 16 all. Would you believe it? Brody Pitham, he has underpinned this fight back from this Maitland City rink. Next door, Simon Mitchell, though, he's being put under some real pressure there by Braden Soul. Michael Cronin and Dylan Skinner, well, they're locked in a real tussle. And for Brody, though, he has done very little wrong in this competition. His undefeated record is, well, it's under threat. Sam's asking, where's Jason? Well, he's enjoying the afternoon off, Jason Pinnock. He's had a very big campaign to get this event together. And he's having, I can see he's got a cup of tea in hand, and he's standing next to his old mate Glenn Dixon outside. Gary Trevethan, keep it going, guys. All the sides are so consistent. Go the Ghosts. Yes, well, they're super consistent. They're playing fabulous bowls. This is what we all aspire to. The state pennant finals and a grade 1 pennant final, if you don't mind, as well. I've been told Prince McConnell, Ricky has a broken neck. Well, I'd hate to see him playing when he was fully capable, because he is in some rare touch today. And our old friend Carmen Plaza is telling us that Lee is having a very relaxing time at Fig Tree. Was there doing lunch Miss Carmen Plaza. I hope you were supplying everybody with your famous cream horns. They were absolutely superb at the women's pennant finals only recently. I've seen some absolutely superb bowls here, and this has probably been the best streaming match so far of this pennant finals series. We're seeing two fabulously well credentialed sides, fabulously talented, and we're going to see more action tomorrow morning. The plan is to get underway. Try to get them out to commence their trial ends just after 8:30. So we'll be looking for an 8:45, 8:50 match start time tomorrow. And then on Sunday afternoon, and I can only imagine about 1:30. It is 1 o'clock advertised, but I expect 1:30 will be much more likely. We will have the final two teams for you tomorrow in our pennant finals. Billy Mars did bring me some around the grounds, thanks to the State Match Committee. Our fabulous around the ground sponsors, Kira. Did you know that? I've got a sponsor, the State Match Committee, are going to tip in for that. And it's Batto Bay in control now over Inverell RSM. They're up 15 shots, 52 shots to 37. Lennox Head, well, it looks all over bar the shouting. Merimbula 60, Lennox Head 31. So that game looks to be going the way of the South Coast Dolphins rather than the North Coast Dolphins. And in the other quarterfinal match, Maryland and Corrimal locked at 39 shots apiece, if you don't mind. So the defending champions, they're fighting hard. Ray Parks has come to use our free electricity here, so we'll be invoicing him for that. But we might be invoicing Corrimal for a beer tomorrow night if they they win the flag. Once again, 2 in a row. Wouldn't that be some incredible achievement? Well, a fabulous shot once again. It's Ricky McConnell. I mean, I'm running out of superlatives. You let me know your your favourite superlatives in the comments. He's getting a little high five there from Braden Soul on the next rink. And it's going to be, well, weight from Corey Parker. That was a bit cumbersome. He didn't get that one away neatly. A tough setup here. The two Dennis Roff bowls pulling up short is looking costly. And now this yellow bowl here, it's been an absolute pest. Ricky McConnell for Campbelltown. Maitland City will be happy to see the back of him. This was the one that drew number one, and he's just done it all day. Luke Grainger urging it to get right down, and he does that, parks in front of the jack. I mean, if you're a hard marker, you'd say that it's not a back toucher, but well, it's almost as good as, and it's going to require that unbelievable refined weight control that Brody Pitham does manage to exert on these blue Taylor GTRs. If he was going to draw him off, it's going to be weight, and well, that's absolutely not the way that Brody Pitham draws that up. He's going to put his hand up. You see, very sedate. The Maitland City members there, and Corey Parker goes and puts a bit of chalk on that last bowl. Luke Grainger, it's just hard to see on that angle there. We've got the big unit, Corey Parker, in the road. It's hard to say which one is the shot. Brody Pitham. I favour it's going to be Brody. Anything past one of Luke Grainger was going to be number one. Kia O'Shea's looking at me like she's stunned. She's seen Paul Jobson walk past without a can of refreshment in his hand. He's had a good campaign, Joppo. Luke Grainger, has he got the gas here to get past? Oh, he's just run into Brody, and it's going to be a lead for the first time for Maitland City on this rink. Brody Pitham leads Luke Grainger 17-16. It's not without some fortune. But fortune favours the brave, and he'll take that. And Maitland City on this full length. Simon Mitchell having a team talk next door. 10 shots the margin there. He's going to need to be picked up. One feels 3 ends to go by Michael Cronin and Brody. They have claimed the previous end, so that margin is 3 shots on his rink now. And 20 shots to 15. Dylan Skinner leads Michael Cronin after 17 ends. So we may have to move cameras at some point. We should have enough room to try to do that. So, but we'll see how things progress. It may well be a last end shootout between Dylan Skinner and Michael Cronin. Well, he's turned up, perhaps uninvited again, but Adam Johnson, he's continues to be putting bowls down and putting bowls in areas that Maitland City would prefer he did not. Well, excellent response there. Nice bit of draw bowls from Nathan Allen. Adam Johnson. Well, Luke Grainger feels he's not out wide enough, and I tend to agree. He's one of the more animated skips we've seen. Luke Grainger. He can very quickly get a gauge on whether the bowl is going to be much good or not by his antics. Well, based on what the last one did, I feel this is going to be under the line. Weights very good. Wasn't too far under the line though. 2 shots it will be to Maitland City. Can Brody Pitham build up a lead here that is defendable? And can Maitland City get back the, well, it's 11 on the masterboard now. Michael Cronin trails by 5, Simon Mitchell by 7. Brody Pitham leads by 1. Now, don't know that he's taken too much more grass here. There's Dennis. he's played a very similar bowl and he's got a very similar result. And that makes 3 shots currently. Peter Walsh pushed this one out on a much higher line. The speed is going to be the killer though. And that one goes rumbling into the ditch. So very important at this stage of the match that give all your bowls an opportunity to be scoring. Grainger's just gone for a wander across to the next rink to try to inspire his teammates. Corey Parker, he hasn't had a lot of opportunity to do this as well. I said this about Brody. Very rarely has Corey Parker been holding and being able to add shots, being asked to add shots. He's just missed a little bit of line and weight there. Could afford to have a fraction more. And it's a Ricky McConnell rare miss. We might have to get that in the highlight reel. Ricky McConnell missing. He's been absolutely unbelievable. There might be a transfer form under his nose to come to Jindabyne. After this, Corey Parker. It's going to do almost enough to count. There's still plenty of holes there. Could be as many as 4 shots currently to Maitland City. I think Grainger thinks this one needs some urging. And if he thinks it, he's probably right. So 2 rare misses there for Rick. The sun has poked its head out behind the cloud once more. Don't think light will be an issue. The pace of play here has been very good so far, but we might see a situation like we saw in this morning's session. The reason we were a little bit late getting underway, viewers, was was it Maitland City? This Brody Pitham rink was taking on Cabramatta. Cabramatta required a 7 to win, and well, a 7 at any level is very hard to find. And Cabramatta killed 5 ends consecutively to try to find that elusive 7. Couldn't do it. Brody's probably drawn another counter there, I feel, and there's still lots of holes for Luke Grainger. This is going to take a special draw bowl. Well, he's done that. That's number 1. Now for Brody. I think you go looking to sit that bowl or potentially edge it round the corner. Struggling to pick up which of the I think both those white bowls must be belonging to, yes, that's a great angle there, yes. So anything heading to back right of picture is going to make potentially a massive number for Maitland City, and now's the time, I think, if he can get the jack moving back towards his own blue bowl here, Brody Pitham. He could make 5 if he lands Luke Grainger's bowl and pushes that out a couple of rolls. He could bring all of those other bowls back in. Well, he's got the sort of weight to get the trail going. Can he get it? And can he get it going in the right direction? That's very unlucky there. Fabulous effort from Brody Pitham, and it's going to be 1 shot to Luke Grainger. And Gary's just jumped in the comments saying, "Great bowl, Luke," and it was. I bet the heart of Luke Grainger was in the mouth of Luke Grainger. Because the trail there was going to make things incredibly difficult, as well as adding some significant number pressure, but it will be 2 shots here. He's drawn that. That's fabulous. Well done, Luke. Under some pressure there. Gets his teammates out of the you-know-what. And Michael Hodges reminding us it's a good thing he did. He was 4 down, and that's effectively a 6-shot swing there. A 7-shot swing off over Brody Pitham, not quite getting the jack going in the right direction. Now you imagine that if it was 5 there, 22-16, makes things much kinder for Maitland City as it stands. It's going to be some hard work here. 13 shots to make up in 8 ends of play. And Luke Grainger, he threatened to throw that back, but didn't quite make the ditch. And the boys are having a chuckle about it. Adam Johnson might feel as though he might have had a slight misstep there. And no, it is on the tee. So we'll have these scores in Bowls Link very shortly after the conclusion of all the matches. And it's a lovely start there, Adam Johnson. Response from Nathan. Oh, pretty fair. Has finished in a serviceable area. And Luke Grainger's interested. Adam Johnson, he's asking for it to hang. Well, he's a very excitable character, wants it to flop, and he's carrying on, having a good time. I think all the Campbelltown boys are having a very good time out there, and well, rightly so. You're 13 in front with 8 ends to play. Mighty task here. Michael Cronin has scored on the next rink. I'm just going to get on the far rink, sorry. I'm going to get a view on that. As Brody, well, he wants this one to score. Pick up that jack. Gone very close. 2 excellent efforts. The Leeds are having a fabulous tussle here. Was only 1 to Michael Cronin, so he trails by 6. Simon Mitchell by 7, Brody Pitham by 1. That's 14 shots the gap. Brody here saying, just get through that on the backhand. You've got to make sure that you're up at this point. Get to the jack, get down to the orange bowls, get the jack moving, that's okay. Friendly little bounce there, that's good. Sets up a number, potential number for Maitland City, Peter Walsh. Perhaps not quite on a high enough line here. He's going to draw another one, but not necessarily what the call was from his Campbelltown skipper, Luke Grainger. I think would have preferred that he got to the Maitland City bowls. And a little bit of weight required. Need to be finishing past the tee here and staying on. It's good weight. Didn't get the result, but excellent weight. There's now 2 slips and 2 gullies for Maitland City. And the call for Ricky is go and cover them all, please. Just going to dive under. May well be a counter, but I don't know that the counter is much value at this point. It's a pretty big target. I think Corey Parker, any contact, orange. Now the outside of the orange, you can split the yellow and the purple. Contact on the purple will get the jack moving to the back of the rink where it is all currently Maitland City, and well, 4 would be massive on this end. 4 gets the club back within 10 shots. Corey Parker has left that one a little bit short, probably a little bit tight. Can understand why he's trying to play with control there. And oh, Tricky Ricky, that's going to help, but Corey can get this jack going in the right direction. It's not going to help enough to prevent the potential for a little bit more purposeful here from Corey Parker. Well, he's unlucky. He got the shot bowl out clean as a whistle. He didn't want that. Now it makes that jack movement more difficult. And as Luke Grainger re-emerges, well, an opportunity here to potentially lock this game away. Draw and cover up this 4. It's going to be really big. Maitland City, if they're not going to get a 4 here, then it's going to be a hard one to kill. He doesn't really want to get onto the front of that. It's a good bad bowl. Or it's a bad good bowl, realistically. I think maybe the other way around. He's played a good bowl, but once again, he's got the opportunity there for jack movement into a spot that is undefended currently by Campbelltown. And if Brody Pitham gets it right, he can get this white bowl onto the jack, and the jack to pop through the hole. It requires really precise weight. But if anyone can do it, it's this man. Brody, he's interested. Just going to be slipping past on the high side. Adds another catcher though. It could be as many as 5 now. If that jack can get all the way to the blue bowl, may potentially make as many as 5 shots. He's being pushed here, Brody Pitham. He's risen to the task so many times. How many tricks has he got left in his bag? Maitland City picked up a 1 next door. That's not going to do enough. Simon Mitchell 6 behind on the last end. This is good from Luke Grainger. That covers up a lot of potential damage. May still be as many as 3 shots available, 4 if he gets this absolutely perfect. But needs to get a good piece of the right-hand side of the white bowl. And then that will fall onto the jack. So yeah, good piece of the white bowl. White bowl onto the jack, and the jack down the line towards the blue. I'll tell you what, he's in some sort of area here. Brody, he's in some sort of an area. Has he got it? He's made it. Well, he's got two. Oh, it's a good two. It's not a great two, though. He might feel he's left a couple of shots on the table there. It was a very, very difficult shot for Brody Pitham to play. But he hits the front now, and with one end to play here. Still a couple of ends to be played on the Dylan Skinner Michael Cronin rink. Well, if he got that absolutely perfect, Brody, there was still maybe a 4 available. But we know here these players, they will shake hands as soon as the margin gets outside. The shots available becomes too many to be chased down with the number of ends. So at the moment it's going to need, with the margin at 11 shots, we need any combination of 3 shots scored by the Maitland City teams. In the next 3 ends, 4 ends that can be completed. So to keep the match viable. It's a fabulous start under some pressure there, Nathan Allen. I've been handed for the last time for the Bowls New South Wales State Match Committee, our fabulous sponsors of the Around the Ground segment. Batto Bay look to be pretty well safe. 13 in front, 7 ends to play there, 60 to 47. They'll be shaking hands in a moment. Lennox Head have been given a bit of a tune-up by Marimbula. 37 shots to Lennox Head. Marimbula 76. I imagine they will have shaken hands by the time I've finished this sentence. Maitland City, well, can they find a rabbit out of the hat? That's going to help. 2 shots it is. Nathan Allen. And Marylands have hit the front, 48-46 over Corrimal. 56 ends have been played there, so 7 ends to go. I feel as though that Marylands Corrimal game may well be the last one to conclude. Just knowing how close that is, and knowing that there are some fairly deliberate players in that team. Tony Wood for Marylands, not noted to be express with his pace of play, and given the closeness of those scores, I expect they might fight on for the longest duration. The lights are on here at Yamba. Darren Roff wants to get under that orange bowl. Well, the only risk is you start setting up threes like this at the start. They tend to look like big fat targets. Peter Walsh has got the hood back on. And Peter Walsh has found a great edge there, and he's got back onto the jack. Brody, I mean, of course they're playing for the win, right? But risk appetite still comes into it. This is the last end of this contest between Campbelltown and Maitland City on this rink. We still do have one end to be completed next door. That's Braden Soul and Simon Mitchell. And still as many as 2 ends to be completed on the far rink, which is Dylan Skinner and Michael Cronin. As things stand, 10 shots is the masterboard margin. And Peter Walsh is going to tip that orange bowl up and over, but he's going to finish in a good home himself at the back of the rink there. That's pretty handy. Ross McGrail's watching on from behind us here from Gwandolin. He's been on the Central Coast Match Committee and he's been very good. He hasn't come and asked any silly questions to people who've got headsets on. I've been most appreciative of that. Had a few silly questions. I need a sign telling people to go away when we're here on the air. But largely people have been understanding. Corey Parker on this aggressive track. We can get the orange one out and flop back. He's flopped it across. That's really not ideal for Maitland City. Well, Benny Hoff's come in. They have, I did say they were going to shake hands, Merimbula and Lennox Head, and it is the Merimbula Dolphins who we will see through to tomorrow's semi-final. Lennox Head have been bounced. Now Ricky. Oh, Ricky. You are so fine. I think, well, I think it's kill time here. For Corey, he's going to be very close to getting the split. What happens? Nothing good. There is maybe a number that's been identified very quickly by Luke Grainger. Cover that little Bermuda triangle of grey-blue, white and white. So on this, the final end, we will see what the margin is that we're left with, and potentially I'll go and send Jay to go and move a couple of those end cameras if this match is still viable and is still up for grabs. Unless there's a kill here, Brody will not be the last one off the rink as he has been for every session so far. Well, I can see what he's trying to do there. Gets through, a little punch through that orange. Can squeeze the jack back towards the three bowls over on the wing. Currently 2 shots to Maitland City, and 2 shots is, well, it's 2 shots too many. One feels that will push the margin back out to 12 with a maximum of 3 ends to play. Some discussion here. Well, Rowan Wilson's just come to join us. He's watching. No, he's not. He's running away. He's scared. He's just come to annoy me. State singles champion. I think for Brody, this is a little bit of a Hail Mary shot. There is a way to get the jack to the back left of picture and pick up a 3, but it's going to require some good fortune as much as good management. I feel he's going to be looking for the outside of the purple bowl on the centre line, get that back, heading towards back right. And get a squeeze through purple and orange onto the jack. Once again, it has to be such precise weight. I'll tell you what, he's pretty close here. Gets it moving, doesn't quite get the result. It's going to be 1 shot to Campbelltown. And with Luke Grainger having 1 to play. Currently, as it stands, it's a 19-all draw. Hands are being slapped all around the rink. And I think this could be over here if Braden Soul has picked up any sort of a number next door. Yep, it's all over. The players are shaking hands. They're taking the shot. It is going to be one shot on this rink to Luke Grainger. It's going to be 19 all, and next door the players are shaking hands, and it will be Maitland City eliminated, and Campbelltown, they're on their way to potentially a third Pennant final in 3 years. They've gone from grade 3 to grade 2 winners, and now potentially a grade 1 state Pennant final. Semi-finals coming up tomorrow. We're going to show you the highlights of my man Rick McConnell as we play you out here. He has been absolutely superb today for Campbelltown, set up this victory for them, and here is some of this man's brilliance. Just drawing touches on request. When there was a little bit of pressure on, he'd come up with the goods. You can see here, playing just absolute beautiful weighted shots into the head. A perfect result there, back onto the jack. Played some good bowls, this bloke. You watch out for him. Rowan Wilson's nodding his head next to me. Apparently he's got a broken neck. So, can you imagine this bloke at the pomp? Luke Grainger said that's too wide. No, it's not. I've got the remote control. Here it comes. Let's go and draw front toucher. This bloke has been absolutely incredible. So, we've got another couple of examples. Once again, forehand, backhand, a little bit of weight, cold draws. He's my player of the match, and he's somebody to watch. Campbelltown progress at the expense of Maitland City. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Make sure you have your notifications turned on as we do chase 1 billion subscribers on YouTube. Just had it on a string. Rowan Wilson just shakes his head as he walks away. We'll give you one more of the great man, Prince, Ricky McConnell. Didn't even have anything in the head here. And yeah, what a shot, what a bowl. What a great day it's been. My thanks to my co-commentators. We've had Sam Curtis, the entire Bowls New South Wales team, and on behalf of everybody here, we look forward to your company tomorrow morning. We have a scheduled start time of 9 a.m, but it is likely to be slightly earlier than that. So do make sure you like, follow, subscribe, have your notifications turned on, and we look forward to your company again very, very soon.